Mr. Mate, Happy New Year to you. Good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, many happy returns, my brothers.
Yes, so the line is a bit low.
I can say many happy returns to you, my brother.
Thank you, sir. So I've been receiving messages from people who live in Nungua, Sakumono, part of Spintex, Bachona, saying that they've not had water for over 3 months and that now tanker services are becoming very, very expensive. I'm sure this has come to your attention. What's going on with that area?
Yeah, thank you very much for having me. Yes, somewhere in October last year, we issued a release that we're shutting down the desal plant due to some maintenance and contractual issues or legal issues. So then we made arrangements so that we could get water from the other existing plants, that's Wager and Bong, into the area. But then we made everybody aware that the flow situation will not going to be as hitherto it was. But since we are going to get more people for less water, we're going to alter our rationing program so that at least people can get some water to live on. So we encourage everybody, just as I've been doing over the years, that the water in the system is inadequate. So let's all cultivate the culture of storing water. So we did that campaign. The diesel has been off. We published the rationing, the new program, so that everybody will know days on which he or she will have water. And it's been on since. Now, the thing is we need feedback from the people to ensure that water goes everywhere. So we go around the communities and we take feedback from people. We see things for ourselves. There are certain areas that have been getting regular flow. There are some areas that are not getting at all. And when we get that feedback, we do what we have to do to ensure that they also have water. So the feedback is good for us. And we've been very, very attentive to the plea of the customer and everybody. And so we're managing. So for 3 months, the water has been flowing, but it's irregular. It's irregular in the sense that people who are receiving water like 4 or 5 days in a week are now receiving water a day or two in a week. And that is what I can say for now.
So but that's a general. Sorry, sir. I just been clear. What you've said is a general issue with the urban area. So what about the specific area of Spintex, Bachona, Nungua, Teshie? They are saying that they've had a specific problem as against the general point you made about storing water. Is there a specific problem with that particular area?
Okay, so Bernard, it's not as general as it seems. I mean, the general one is the ration program that we've been doing, but I'm talking specifically about the eastern corridor. So people who live in Ashaman, Tema, Nungua, Lashibi, Spintex, Teshie, and Nungua, and they are served by the desal plant, and then from the Bong, and then from our Bong treatment plant. So now that the desal plant is off, we've had to share the little water that is coming from Bong with the people in Teshie, Nungua, and that is why we are faced with this current situation. And I'm saying that we go around to pick the feedback from the people, whether they got water during the week or not, and then if whether pressures are low or not. So what we try to do is to do our engineering to ensure that they get water the following week. Like if there are people who still say that they don't have water at all, we need that feedback. All we know is people are not getting water regularly like hitherto they were. So for instance, there are people living in that community where they were getting water like 4 or 5 days in a week. Because of the current situation, now they're getting water just a day or two. Okay, and we are saying that store the water so that.
Okay, so Mr. Martin, would you be surprised if somebody who lives at Teshie tells you that they've not had a drop of water in their tap for 3 months? Would that be surprising to you?
That feedback is important for us. We will go down there and find and ascertain the veracity of that assertion. Then we will do what we have to do to ensure that they have water.
But beyond the feedback, I'm sure you have your own monitoring systems, right?
Yes,
So
monitoring, and we are sure that everybody is getting water at least once in a week. I live in that community. Okay, so I know what is going on. So apart from my official duties going around, I go around myself, and then I have friends and relatives who give me feedback, and our workers are also on the field. They also give all of us the feedback. So we have a platform where we monitor these things, and then
okay.
every day we're on the move.
So let's be sure we are talking about the same place. When you say Eastern Corridor, can we be specific in terms of which areas we are referring to? So I know I'm asking, we are discussing the same place.
Okay. So the desalination plant serves Teshie, Nungua, part of La, part of Sprinters Road, and Lashibi, Sakumono areas. Now, the Water treatment plant also serves Ashaman, the entire Tema industrial area, Pram, and Pram and beyond. And then it's also a part of Sprinters Road and all that. So these are the areas that I'm talking about. Areas from, let's say, the Accra Mall towards the eastern side of Accra, okay, through La and all that. All those places are being served by the Bone and then the Bone treatment plant and then the desal plant. Now that the desal plant is off, we've had to share the water from Bone with all these areas, and that is what has caused the challenge within the sector.
Good. So just to be clear, the first group of places you mentioned under the desalination plant, those are the areas that I keep getting complaints from, not so much the Ashaiman area. So it suggests to me that the people in Ashaiman, Mataheko, and those other areas may be getting more regular flow from Kpong, whereas those who had their water supply complemented or dependent on this desalination are the ones suffering. Based on the way you've demarcated the place, is the desalination people who are complaining. Now the question is, what is happening to the desalination plant? Has it been closed down? Is it being maintained? Is it a routine audit? What's the status of that?
Okay, so we shut it down for maintenance issues, and then some legal obligations that both parties are expected to honor.
And how long do you think this will take before it resumes operations?
The government is supporting the GWCL to ensure that everything goes on as expected. So maybe within the very near future, we should have water. I'm reluctant to mention specific dates because these are discussions ongoing. Like I said, both parties have some obligatory issues, so we all need to do what is expected of us, and it will come on board. But then the good news is that we are having very good exchanges, and the expectation is that very soon they're going to put a plant back.
All right. So in the interim, you've said they should store water if they can. Is the water company providing tanker services to the areas that depend on the desalination plant whilst this matter is resolved?
Yes, we are being supported by national security with some tankers and all that to serve the areas that I've mentioned.
Do you know how many tankers, what volume of water, and the frequency of supply?
The frequency is daily, and the volumes I cannot tell because sometimes they do about 10 trips in a day, sometimes less, sometimes more. Averagely, like 9 trips in a day. So it's early days now.
9 trips in a day averagely. Do you know whether the people have to reach out or where they go? Because I'm not sure some of the listeners even can identify these national security trucks. So can you put out more information about their schedule so that if I live at Klagon or I live at Tebibiano, I will know that on Tuesdays at 2 p.m. a truck is coming? Because as of now, I'm not sure there's clarity as to the schedule this interim arrangement is running with.
Okay, Bernard. So the essential service providers are given priority. And then we're also in touch with the assembly mayor, unit committee leaders, the parliamentarians within the community, and all that. Like all community leaders, we are in touch touch with all the community leaders. And so if there are any challenges, they just keep us informed, or national security informed, and then we do the needful. The Greater Accra Regional Minister is also very supportive. National security very, very supportive, and even the police and other let's say military, other paramilitary agencies are also supporting with their tankers. And
so are these tankers providing the water for free, or they are selling it to private tanker operators to resell to the consumers?
No, for free. I mean, the private tankers are doing their own business, but for national security and this military and police tankers are serving for free.
All right, I'm going to give my show airtime for you for free. If you can send me the schedule or the plan.
Like I said,
I'm coming. I want to help the listeners to have a certain sense of certainty. So if there's a schedule being run by national security or the other agencies, if they can give that to you, so you can send out a schedule that we can announce, because there's a lot of confusion around where to get water, and a lot of people are complaining that the cost of water from the private tank operators is too high, right? So what I'm saying is that if you are able to supply us with some sort of schedule for this intervention, I'll be very happy to announce it, so they will know and they will not be stressing you every day with we don't have water.
Okay, so Bernard, I'm going to send you immediately our program by Ghana Water Company Limited, our program for people to receive water via taps. Now, I've also told you that with national security and then the other agencies, we are dealing with they are giving priority to essential service providers like hospitals and schools especially. And then we are also dealing with the unit committee leaders, assemblymen, and the parliamentarians for these communities. So as and when they call on national security, they send water to the place. And we are also in touch. We are also on the ground. So when we realize that an area is distressed, we also call on them to move into that area. So it's not like there's a schedule that every Monday tankers will go to this area, Tuesday tankers will go to that area. No. Yes, but we as a company, Ghana Water Limited, we have a schedule for supplying water, and I'll send that to you immediately.
So you think at least one day in a week, people in the desalination area should have water in their taps, for which reason you will send me that schedule for them to know when to expect water?
Under the circumstances, we have to manage with what we have. And like I said, we are doing everything possible to ensure that the situation is improved. Government is supporting us. The ministers are involved.
No, Salimati, I'm not trying to. I'm just trying to. You see, I'm just trying to conclude, Mr. Mate. I'm just trying to conclude the interview by understanding what you said. You said that you will be surprised if somebody said they didn't have water for at least once a week. So what I'm trying to say is that if you are going to send me a schedule, that means that for the communities within the desalination area, at least once a week they should get water. That's all I'm saying for you to affirm.
Yes, and I'll send that program to you.
Good. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, Bernard. I'll send it to you as
wonderful. Stanley Mate is the ever willing head of communication for Ghana Water Company.